Hi, I'm Katrina Kaif, and you are watching me in the spotlight on Good Times.
Well, it's always a good time to speak to the gorgeous Katrina Kaif. When I met you during Zero, you said you weren't taking a break, you were getting into Bharat because you wanted to prepare for the role. Was it a challenge you set out for yourself, or is it one of the most challenging roles you've done so far?
So when you met me for Zero, we had already started shooting for Bharat, but I must have been doing prep for like the second schedule. I think I was preparing for, for the last schedule.
You wanted to get your diction right, and you were kind of a little anxious about this particular film. So it was like...
I'm anxious about every film. If you meet me before any film, I'm like that. That's me before every film. That's my process. But for me, Bharat, at that point, I felt and I took it up like it was the most challenging role of my career, for sure. I felt that when I read it on paper, that when I read the script, I felt that the potential was so wonderful to do something with a character like this. So many different layers, so many different dimensions, so many different phases in her life. The journey she goes through with Bharat. I felt it was just a really incredible opportunity that I wanted to give it everything, you know, like give it my best and throw myself completely into it and try and make the most out of it that I could.
And you know, I followed your career graph. You were excellent in Namaste, London, and then there was Rajniti. But with Babita Kumari, I felt that you just pushed the envelope. It was just uninhibited. So was it also a way to tell people that, you know, if you give me the right script, I can do much more?
I don't think it was necessary, or my intention was not for me to tell other people. I think it was more for myself. I think it was a step which I wanted to take and I needed to take and see how it turned out. You know, like I needed to see that. And that whole experience and the feedback and the response I got for it, it just reaffirmed what I was already feeling, which is that this is the direction which I want to go in, and this is the direction which is right for me now.
And also, I mean, you and Salman first did Maine Pyar Kyun Kiya. That was, I think, your third film.
Yeah.
And they always say you can't go wrong with the Salman-Katrina chemistry. So what is it about the Salman-Katrina chemistry? It's like literally magic on screen.
I mean, it's really wonderful to hear that, and you know, it makes me feel very special when I hear that. But if I actually go to see, or if we go to see, it's not. I don't think it's the Salman and Katrina chemistry. I think it's this film Salman does. You know, I think it's the combination of the film and the script. It's not. I don't think it's the element of me or Salman in it. I mean, maybe there is a certain liking that the audience have for us on screen. That could be there. That could be there to an extent, but I know I definitely don't factor that in when I read the script. I don't factor that in thinking, oh, it's okay, Salman will do this and I'll do this and we'll pull it off. I'm very conscious of the fact that does this film have the potential to be better than what we've done together so far? There is an expectation, and I feel that the only way you can do justice to that expectation is try to come up with the best film. Like I keep saying, and I've said this to so many people, that all that matters is what happens in the cinema after the credits roll and when the credits end. That's all that matters. That 2 hours and what, 2.5 hours or 2 hours and 45 minutes, when you're on screen, that's what matters. That's what the audience is watching. That's what they're judging you on. That's what they are going to take away with them home.
And have you gotten used to Salman's sense of humor over the years? Has that changed?
Oh, yeah, I hope so. I've had enough years to get used to it. But Salman's sense of humor is not reserved just for me. It's not like, oh my God, this is all pointed at me. It's for everyone. Like, I just, you know, we did the press conference for the Zinda Hai song launch the other day. And everyone in the room was laughing. You know, all the media people, they were laughing. At least there was a sense of fun, you know?
Yeah.
He doesn't take himself too seriously. He doesn't take other people too seriously. It would be different if he was, you know, being very serious about everything and then making a joke on you. But he takes everything lightly, and I think that makes people around have a good time.
Who makes you laugh the loudest? Is it Salman, Akshay, or Shah Rukh?
Oh, they've all got a great sense of humor. Yeah, they're all fantastic people. I mean, I've known them now also for such a long time. You know, like I feel, when I met Akshay, I was a teenager. I was a teenager. I remember standing on the set of Humko Deewana and telling my friend Rocky S, who was the designer on the film, like, I was like, Akshay's so tall and I'm scared of him. And I was like, that's what it was like, you know. Now when I see Akshay, I'm like, but we're the same height. But you know, when I think I was 19 when I did that film, and everything was so intimidating. But it's been fun.
And also, I mean, as a teenager, and what I've observed about you, earlier you used to be a little guarded and, you know, don't enter my private space. But now I see someone who just says it the way it is, has nothing to hide. There's been an evolution in you. What brought that change? You're just like more laid back. It's okay.
You know, I think it's exactly what you said, is that I guess, not just me, but most actors who started at a young age or who have started at a young age. I started acting in films when I was 18. You grow up with the media. You grow up in front of the media. When I sometimes wonder, like, why do I feel a certain sense of warmth or like this connection to them? And then I stop and I realize it's because I've been speaking to them since I was 18.
True.
So it's like a, you know, you've come on this journey together over the years. Sure, you don't meet each other every day. Maybe you meet each other only once in a year on a film release. But still, you know, it's a connection.
And also the fact that you're now letting in people into your private space, whether it's your social media accounts or posting pictures, throwback pictures.
Throwbacks.
So what kind of a kid were you? Nice or naughty?
I lived in a dream world. I was a big procrastinator. I just lived in a daydream world in my head. I don't have huge memories or lots of memories of growing up and being a kid, but the only really strong, you know, memories that I have is the fact that I was always living in a dream world. And I think that's kind of, it tells you why I came into acting and why I was drawn to acting, because I think I just liked to create these, you know, be part of this world of creating everything the way you want it to be, you know, everything in the fantastical realm and make-believe, the world of make-believe.
Yeah. I think that's what we all.
And I was a great poser. I mean, that's the, you know, that's the really important thing I've noticed recently, is whether I was posing in front of a wall or a fence or there's a picture even of me and my sisters, and me and one of my sisters. Times must have been really hard, because instead of flowers, you know when you pose with a flower like this? We are posing with sticks. They're 2 sticks. And I keep asking my sister, her name's Natasha, I'm like, Natasha, why were we posing with sticks? And she's like, we probably couldn't find flowers. I'm like, wow. But there was such a joy for posing. I can see it in the pictures. There's like a real, you know, enthusiasm.
True. And also your niece, I remember when she was just born, and she must be 7 or 8 now. Are they now all used to the aunt who's the movie star, the superstar aunt?
You know, they're too far away to feel the superstar or actor or whatever, or glamour, or whatever you want to call it. They're too far away to see that. So there were only 2 moments where my family I could see that it was a nice moment for them for the work that I've done. One was the Madame Tussauds in London, because it, you know, it's neat. They could see it, and they could you know, it was tangible to them, and everyone knows Madame Tussauds. And the other one is the other thing that is really holds a lot of weight with my niece is TikTok, if you please. Yeah. So if you do a cool video on TikTok, then you're cool. I mean, you've arrived, okay? Because that's all they do is make TikTok videos. They just this TikTok this and TikTok that, and that's what they love doing. And I'm not really good or active on TikTok, so I'm not really up there. I have to up my TikTok game.
And okay, let's talk about a real life situation. What would you do if you have a date night and you discover a zit?
Oh no. Would you put toothpaste on it? I don't know if that's an old wives' tale though.
And you're at a party and there's someone in the same dress as you. What would you do?
That doesn't bother me. You know, there's so many times where my stylist or the fashion designer I'm working with says, so-and-so's worn that dress. And I'm like, I don't care. It's okay. It's just a dress. Clothes are supposed to make you feel good. You know, if you wore and you look nice, that's nice. If I wore it and it makes me feel nice, then I don't mind. You know, I have to tell you a story. I've gone to Zoya Akhtar's house. We were going to, I'll tell you where. I want to say Manish's 50th birthday party, I think. Me, Zoya, Shweta, Bachchan, and a few other people were all meeting there and leaving together to go to this party. And I looked at them and they were very dressed up, and I had worn like some casual day dress. And I said, oh no, I don't feel comfortable and I want to wear something glamorous like you guys are wearing. Shweta has called for a dress from home. It came, you know, from Juhu in 20-25 minutes. And I've worn it and I've left and changed at the house. So I don't have any issues whose dress it is, you know. I'll like say it straight out. I'm always trying to borrow Shweta's clothes. I think she's so well dressed.
A night, you wake up after a nightmare. Who's the person you would call up at 3 a.m.?
Those ones. Those are not very fun. Ali.
Okay. And if you hypothetically flirted with someone, now that person wants to date you, but you want to turn them down, what would you do?
I don't think I would have flirted with them if I was going to turn them down.
Who would you want to take out on a date? Go on a date with, sorry.
I'll tell you the name, but I don't think it's going to be possible because I think he's married. But if he wasn't, then Tom Hardy. Why don't we choose someone who's not married? What about Leonardo DiCaprio?
Are you listening in?
Unlikely.
You never know. Put it out to the universe.
Know.
Put it out to the universe. Okay, Katrina, before we wrap up. Never have I ever lied to someone and got caught.
Oh, a few times.
Borrowed clothes and never returned them.
All the time.
Okay, skipped a shoot and by calling in sick.
A few times, touch wood, but because I am sick.
Okay, regretted doing a film.
Few times.
Okay, and now everybody wants to know, are you doing a movie with Vicky Kaushal? It's like a buzz. Now I know because you're now getting into Suryavanshi, but is there also a movie with Vicky Kaushal? Because everybody's
nothing at the moment. Nothing at the moment, but I'm hearing a lot of scripts, and I hope really another great character like what I got a chance to play in Zero, what I got a chance to play in Bharat. I hope something like that, something really interesting, and just, you know, you know it when you hear it, you know. I hope that kind of special character comes soon.
So what do you take back from Kumud?
Have the strength to be able to voice and express your emotions. Especially, I think Cancerians can be like that a lot.
I am one.
You know, very guarded and not very vocally expressive with what they feel. I'm very good at that. I can feel something and I'll just not say it. That's what I actually really liked about the character, Kumud's character, is that she puts herself out there and says whatever she feels.
And you've just been working. All work and no play makes cat a...
Sometimes irritable person. But I do hope I get a little, I think I'm going to get a little time. You don't need a long time, but, you know, maybe just like a few weeks. You know, like just like 2-3 weeks where you just travel and roam and do nothing and chill and I enjoy also spending time with my sisters when I get that time off, because they come from a different world. Like one of my sisters, it's her birthday today. For her birthday, she's chosen to hike for 3 days, however many miles, alone in Wales. So, you know, it's just a different perspective, you know.
And we look forward to those pictures. They're amazing.
Yeah, those are always fun.
Thank you so much. And since you're speaking to good times, lastly, what's your idea for good time?
A good time is where you feel that you don't want to be anywhere else and you're exactly where you want to be.
All the very best. Looking forward to more great work from you. Keep it up.
Thank you.